Yo guys, today we are going to see all the differences between Friend Connector Pro and Messenger Pro. These are two good tools that I use for Facebook outreach. I hope by the end of this video you get a conclusion on which tool you should buy. I also have a course down below giving away this Messenger Pro tool for free, so make sure to check it out. And before we start, if you want to book 40 plus appointments on autopilot using these automations, make sure to book a call with me down below and I'll reach out to you. Let's get started. We are going to divide this comparison into 5 categories: scraping, ease of usability, reliability, better features, and better tool. Scraping basically means that which tool is easier to scrape leads from. Ease of use, which tool is easy to use. Reliability, which tool is more reliable, means which tool has less errors and less error margins. And how error correctability does the tool have. Better features, which tool has better features, and ultimately we are gonna see which tool is better in the both. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's now look at the first category, scraping. Friend Connector Pro scrapes leads by itself and qualifies the leads based on keywords. There are two type of keywords: positive keywords and negative keywords. Positive keywords, basically the bot searches these keywords in their bio, and if there is CEO, owner, co-founder in someone's bio, it's gonna send a message and a friend request to the people. Negative keywords such as Upwork, Fiverr. I target B2B lead generation agency, so I don't want to work with freelancers. So I use these negative keywords, Upwork and Fiverr. If the bot finds these keywords in the bio of someone, it's gonna skip the person and continue with the other. It's a super handy tool. And for Messenger Pro, you need a separate tool known as Instant Data Scraper. It basically scrapes all the leads from a page and it's gonna organize them into a CSV file. Have to then qualify the leads using Excel, or you can use a tool, Facebook verifier. You can use that tool as well. After you scrape the leads, you have to then paste these profiles into this folder, and then you have to save this. Yeah, it's bit more easy to do the scraping on Friend Connector Pro because it does the scraping for you. On Messenger Pro, you have to scrape the leads and qualify the leads yourself, whereas Friend Connector Pro does the scraping for you. Yeah, I think this point goes for Friend Connector Pro. Now let's go into the second category, ease of usability. So I personally think the Friend Connector Pro is much easier to use than the Messenger Pro, just because you have to scrape all the leads for the Messenger Pro, and you have to set a timer, and you have to configure a time between two messages sent, and you have to create a DM list. Whereas it's much easier to do on the Friend Connector Pro. You have to just go into the settings, you have to do these segments and then grouping of the messages. So I personally think Friend Connector Pro is much easier to use than the Messenger Pro. So I think Friend Connector Pro wins this point as well. Now let's get on to the third point. Let's move on to the third category, reliability. I personally think the Messenger Pro is much more reliable than the Friend Connector Pro, just because the margin of error on Messenger Pro is much less than Friend Connector Pro. There's a lot more room for error in the Friend Connector Pro than Messenger Pro. Just because if you go into another tab or use your computer normally while having the Friend Connector Pro running, it's gonna not send messages and you have to just keep the tab open at all times. You can keep the tab while you're sleeping or away from your computer. Whereas in Messenger Pro, you can just open the tab and keep it aside while you do your work. It's not gonna show any error while you are doing that. So I personally think this point goes for Messenger Pro. Yeah, let's go on to the fourth category. The fourth category is better features. Which tool has better features? I personally think this point goes for Friend Connector Pro just because it has a gender filter. It also has a country filter. You can choose different countries to outreach to, or it has a tier level filter. This tier level filter basically means it can message to tier 1 countries, or tier 2 countries, or tier 3 countries. It has 3 tiers. You can choose any of the tier countries. It also has a number of, you can also resume from last search. For example, if you already reached out to 50 people in this group, you can resume from the point where the search stopped. For example, I resumed it from 100. If I start this, it's gonna start scraping the leads and sending the messages from the 100th position member. It also has message segments and grouping. Message segments basically mean you can use different messages, and it's gonna give gap between each segment. You can also group all the different segments into one final message. In Messenger Pro, you can create custom DM lists. You cannot use message segments, or you can't use message grouping. You have to send just a single message, and you can just use you can just add profiles, whereas you can't add your custom profiles in the Messenger Friend Connector Pro. You can also use personalized message here, whereas you can't use there. So Friend Connector Pro usually has more features, so I would recommend you to use Friend Connector Pro if you want better features. Now let's move on to the finale. Which tool you should buy? I personally think you should buy the Friend Connector Pro. This tool offers a wide range of features that's way more better than the Messenger Pro. But if you are looking for something free and something that costs less money, you can go for Messenger Pro. But you have to you have to scrape the leads yourself, and it has less features than the Friend Connector Pro. I have offered the free course in the description for the Messenger Pro. You can check it out. If you liked the tool, you can message me about your results, and I'll post them to the channel so everyone could look at it. And if you want to book 40 appointments on autopilot using these automations, I'll provide you these tools: Friend Connector Pro, Messenger Pro, email tool, LinkedIn tool for free in my course. If you want to join it, book a call with me down below and I'll reach out to you. Peace.